What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bare Basic Lawns. Tonight, I am getting in some spray action tonight. So, on Saturday, I mowed. Yesterday, I watered and fertilized. And now, beginning first day of fall, we are getting in some sprays. So, I need to try and clean all this up if I can. It would be nice. I still see some spurge, some clover, whatever this is over here. Um, it's still kind of forming everywhere. So it's been about 3 weeks, like I mentioned in my last video. Ooh. It's been a good 3 weeks, So got a nice little nutsedge freaking uh, pile going on here, but this is mainly the main spot where it pops up. Is best, in my opinion, to just pull it. So that's kind of why I let it grow long in this little section right here. And then when it's time to, I just pull it out. So I'll probably end up doing that maybe this weekend, because it's getting pretty long, and that one already is growing little furs on top. So, but this tree though, I'm not too sure. It looks like, I don't know. Can you guys see like these? I don't know if this is from heat, but up at the top on this one here, and it's kind of hard to see. Sorry guys. But it looks like it's changing to its fall color, which would make sense because today's the first day of fall. And we really like this tree, me and my wife. But the problem is, I just don't want it in my backyard. Because when you look at the side by side of it, when this tree gets way, that big section up there, imagine those big trees in this little ass area. And, from there is maybe what, 3.5 feet from the fence, from this fence to the trunk, and then same thing from the fence to the trunk. It's 3.5 by 3.5 feet. So I don't know what these guys are thinking when they put in these trees. I mean, I get putting it back in with nature, and you took the trees out, you got to put them back in. I get it. I love the trees. I just don't want them on my land. I like it way back over there. It looks nice, but it's way over there. The roots aren't gonna pop up my fence. It's not gonna pop up my foundation. It's not gonna cause a ruckus. So it is what it is. So when this tree finally, and this branch is dying because I was trimming it, and I just haven't yanked it, and it's just because I was trimming it. But when it finally sheds and it's easier to cut it down, that's what I'm gonna do. So in the meantime, guys, that's what I'm working with. Let's go ahead and go to the review table, and I'll show you what kind of sprays I'm working with. All right, guys, welcome back. So here we have still our Triad QC. I've gone through about half of it already, it looks like. So it does, like I mentioned before, I think it does good with the clover and the spurge and things like that. But as far as that patch that's over there by the tree, the purple flowers are really starting to flare up on the weeds. So I really don't know. I think I'm just going to run this out. Like I mentioned before, I used 2 ounces of it. I maxed it out. I think what I'm going to do is, guys, I'm going to bump it up. I'm gonna say, hey man, this is what we're working with. I'm gonna put 3 ounces in this time. So that's what I'm gonna try and do today. I know that in the last video I mentioned about core aerating. I am going to try and do that. I think it's supposed to still rain Wednesday, Thursday. That's why I'm doing it today, because like I've been saying in my previous videos, I'm trying to get some spray action. So, and today has been kind of on and off. I was kind of skeptical about spraying, because even like on my way home from work, it was kind of raining out off in the distance. So I was kind of skeptical. I kept an eye on it. No rain. It looks pretty good outside. Let's go ahead and get it going. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. Let's get this spray action going with my Triad QC Select. It does say it does contain 2,4-D and quanchlorac and dicamba. So it does say quanchlorac, but honestly, in my opinion, it's not working, guys. I think I'm gonna have to try and get something else because in my opinion, it's not really taking over the grassy grass weeds, and it does good with the broadleaf in my opinion. So, but enough of me talking. I'm gonna get this measured out, and I'll see you guys in the lawn. Ah, you know what that smells like? That smells like progress. All right, guys, we got it all done. Got it done before it got dark. Almost got a nice, pretty sunset. Almost got a nice sunset tonight. It's pretty chilly night so far, which is good. You could tell that it's starting to cool down, which is good. I'm thinking, I don't know if it'll burn the lawn because it was a little bit more cooler tonight as far as the temp. You know, don't spray it over 90 degrees or whatever it says for in the direction. So I don't think it's going to burn. I think the only way that it might burn is if the amount that I put down, the 3 ounces. I believe, I think this one was a little more trickier to gauge in the directions as far as how much to use. And it doesn't really necessarily be specific, you know, like I was just reading my fertilizer bag, you know, hey, every 5 pounds per thousand. Cool, that's easy. This one, it's, you know, it's like you gotta know trigonometry to figure it out, it seemed like. Or it doesn't even really mention it now that I'm thinking about it. I don't even think I've mentioned how much is said to use. So I'm gonna just go with three ounces, like I mentioned, to try and kill it off. Because it's mainly this little patch right here. Maybe in my next video I'll take a little, or tomorrow, this whole little area, and you can kind of tell it's kind of blotchy. That's just because I've been kind of pulling it, so there's getting some holes in there. That's probably what you're seeing. But yeah, that's it for now, guys. Like I mentioned, I'm gonna try and get that core aeration done this weekend. It would be nice. I'm going to try and gauge it with the rain. So I think it's supposed to rain about Wednesday night, I want to say. Um, if I have enough time, and it's not, you know, it is getting darker earlier. I think it's like almost 7:15 or so right now, and it's already dark. You know, the street light is already coming on, so it's getting darker earlier. If it stops raining, but if there's enough light within an hour, I'm hoping, I think I might try and get it done. If not, I'll definitely try and get it done over the weekend. Maybe maybe like a good Saturday night, I'll soak it, and maybe Sunday morning come out here and get it done. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But in the meantime, guys, thank you guys so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Always like, comment, subscribe, share, ring that bell. I'm always here to provide you guys good content. We're just getting it done, guys. Like I just mentioned, you know, this is progress. You know, this is easy steps to follow. It's not always fun putting on that PPE and getting out here and sweating, but you gotta do it, you know, to get this lawn looking good. What do you guys think? I think it's looking pretty good. You can definitely tell. It's looking a little green after a little fertilizer. What do you guys think? Looking pretty good. It's a little brown in my opinion, like right around the tree, but I think that's maybe just the tree soaking up. But in the meantime, guys, that's enough for me ramble on. I'll keep you guys updated throughout the week. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Bare basic lawns where the green grass grows, East Texas skies and a gentle breeze blows.